Hi, Flosstube!
Hello!
It's the Steel City Stitchers. We are back for episode 6, and we're...
Six already?
Wow.
And today is Tuesday, April 30th, 2019, so we are coming to you the night before Stitch Mania.
Stitch Mania.
Kristen can't even contain herself. She already cheated.
My husband woke me up this morning and he goes, babe, one more day until Stitch Mania. Yeah, he knows how excited I am.
That's funny.
And I'm a sucker, and I started a new pattern ahead of Stitch Mania, but we'll get into that. And then we'll talk about our current whips.
That's cheating.
It's cheating, I know, but I already have a calendar planned out for Stitch Mania, and I couldn't plug anything else in, but I really wanted to start this new pattern, so I said I'm going to have to just start it, and then it's going to have to wait until June for me to do anything more on it. But anyway, we'll get into Stitch Mania plans. I've really enjoyed watching everybody's Stitch Mania videos on Flosstube. Everybody has some really cool stuff. If you're not in the Stitch Mania group on Facebook, join so that you can see people's crazy plans. Some people are doing 31 starts. Some people are doing 19 starts. But Stitch Mania is all about what you want it to be. So Stitch Mania can be Monogamania, where you only work on one pattern. It can be Whip Mania, so you only work on whips. It can be new starts. It can be a start every week. It's anything that you want to do. That's what Stitch Mania is about. It's supposed to be fun. It is not supposed to be nerve-wracking or stressful or expensive. It's supposed to be what you want it to be. And this is my first year. Last year, I was just a bystander that watched everybody else do it. And I said, this year, I'm going to get my stuff together, and I'm going to make sure that I can do it. So,
She really has a plan.
Doing it.
Tomorrow.
Crazy. What time are you going to wake up? Like 5 in the morning?
Well, we're going to talk about that because one part of our segment tonight I want to talk about is how you reward yourself with stitching. So for me, there has to be a goal every day in mind, because if not, then I could easily sit for the entire day and do nothing but stitch.
Sure.
So how do I set aside my day, and how do I plan my day so that I can get my stitching in while still being productive and being a good housewife, so my husband doesn't come home and the bed's not made and the dishwasher's not emptied.
And you need to take a shower.
And I haven't showered all day. So that's what we're going to talk about too. So that'll be really fun. So let's get into it. First thing we want to recap, we had a stitch day that Erica so lovingly put together for us last Sunday, April 27th. So just this past Sunday.
It was Saturday.
Sunday.
No, Saturday.
Was it Sunday?
Saturday.
It was definitely Saturday.
You're right.
Because I triple booked it, remember?
That's
I triple booked myself on accident, and I was like, oh no!
It was Saturday, April 27th, and it was at the Andrew Bain Memorial Library in Bellevue, which is Erica's stomping ground.
My favorite place.
And so she was able to book the community room for us, and we had some wonderful ladies show up that came to our last stitch day, and also a newcomer. So we want to thank Lauren, Emily, Debbie, Amanda, Taylor. 3 of us were there. It was just a blast. We stitched for about 5 hours, and it was really cool to see everybody's progress and new projects, and just have a good day. So thank you, ladies, for coming, and we will be doing another stitch day soon. And the way that we're going to announce when we're doing our stitch days in the future is going to be through an email. So if you want to be added to our email list to be alerted to when we're going to be doing our stitch days, please email us at steelcitystitchers@gmail.com, and I'm going to put that in the description box. And then we'll just email a group email whenever it's time to schedule one of those, so that you're alerted and we don't have to try to go through YouTube, because I know that can be hard to keep up and looking at past videos and all that good stuff. So yeah, that's what we're going to do.
It's a plan.
Yes. All right, so first thing, we're going to kick it off. Erica's going to start with Whip It Good.
It's me.
What you got going on?
A few things. I went through my handy-dandy whip chart, which I'm not doing a great job of keeping up with, but here it is.
I love it.
It's
So pretty.
Bullet journals for the win.
Yes, to see what I had worked on since we last met. And there were a few things.
Come on your way.
No.
Jody's gonna get out of the way.
I'll be back.
I just
She's
put
just-
them down there because I didn't want to like.
She's standing and stitching.
I've been working on this just recently. Did I start him at our stitch day? I don't remember.
You were working on him there.
I just worked on him at our stitch day. This is a little chameleon from Frosted Pumpkins Into the Jungle pattern. This is slow going. I've talked about my hatred of the tiger before, but you can kind of see.
It's coming.
So I picked another thing, and I was sort of hoping to finish it this week. I don't know if I will actually do that because I have a very moody 3-year-old at home who's making my life a challenge. I also have worked on, since we last chatted, this block of Happily Ever After. You can see it's sort of half done. So cute. It's coming along. I have the whole top half done, so I feel like I'm
Why
making
don't you
progress.
show it? Even though we showed it last time, but let's see it again.
I'm excited about it, so why not? There it is. Can you see it?
I love the sparkly fabric. And that's on a 14 count opalescent, or it's called, what?
It is, did I save the thing? Maybe. It is 14 count. It is Crystal Helix from Picture This Plus. 14 count. So,
Very nice.
have that going on.
And this is also, Into the Jungle is also on 14 count.
Yes.
Picture This
Did you dye this one?
Plus.
No, it's from
Okay.
Picture This Plus. It's Monet.
Monet.
Is the color.
So it's like this really pretty mottled purple with light purple, dark purple. You can hear Schnitzel like,
His ear is like flipped over backwards. It's very cute. I also have been working on this Hello Spring, obviously from the Frosted Pumpkin. I did some traveling after we made our last video and went to Chicago for a whirlwind trip and stitched this a little bit on the plane and in the airport, and I felt very fancy because I was by myself.
I like that needle minder.
Thank you.
So you got some good stitching time in by yourself.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
That's nice.
Also, I think I worked a little bit on Welcome to Pumpkinville, but I'm not exactly sure. There's maybe some progress on this little house over here.
It's such a big pattern.
It is huge. I feel like I'll never make any progress on it. So that's it for now. I also was working on my top secret one that I'm not going to show you till it's done, but I made a little progress on that.
Oh boy.
Oh,
boy.
dear.
Michael's home. He's not here. Schnitz, be quiet. Your dad is home. Okay. Is that it for your whips?
Yeah, that's it.
Awesome.
Not a ton.
That's
Making
okay.
slow progress like a very small turtle.
Oh, before we move on to Jody's whips, we just want to say, hi, Erin. We miss you.
Hi, Erin.
Erin is sick again.
Erin
And this
cannot
time
catch
it's
a
like
break.
not a good sickness. It is terrible sickness in her eyeball, and she cannot see, and it is just a disaster. So
We
she
miss
hasn't
her a
been
lot.
stitching. We haven't seen her. She has been sequestered in her home under quarantine, and we miss her terribly. So, Erin, we love you, and everybody misses you. But she's doing fine. Otherwise, baby's okay. She's
Yes.
going to be fine.
That's important.
Just on the struggle bus right now.
Yes.
Big time.
She's going to get through it, though.
Yes,
She's
she
a
is.
pretty cool doctor, I think, so.
And she's a tough cookie.
She
So
truly is.
she's been through some crap before, so she'll be good. But we miss her.
We do.
All right, Jode. Whip it
I
good.
only have one
Oh.
with me.
Ew! Shame on you.
Well, because I have been doing a lot of buying patterns and not a lot of stitching them.
She has, yes.
So, this is my progress from last time. It's just my cat that I'm still working on. I haven't printed out this time, so
Geometric.
there he is. That's it. That's all I've been working on.
What's the cat's name going to be?
I have not named him.
You probably should do that for our next video. Report back.
But yeah, I have a ton of new stuff that I'm excited to talk about more than
In
once.
the next segment. Don't jump
All right.
ahead. All right. So I have little tails everywhere on my
So
stuff.
let's see.
All right. So for my whips, the one that I just started on Monday because I received the fabric
Oh, I'm excited.
is, let me pull up a picture of the pattern. So Jody and I,
Layers of stuff over
I
here.
know,
What's
it's
going
so
on?
much stuff. So Jody and I both bought this pattern because we wanted to try a long dog sampler.
Here, can I give some background here?
Yeah.
So Kristen is working on, remind me what it's called again, your silk one.
The Linen and Threads 2017 Mystery Sow.
So she inspired me to work on a pattern that I could use a hank because I'm dying to buy
monogamous color stitching.
Yeah. And so I really wanted to do that. Well, I wasn't with Kristen and I didn't know what the pattern was that she was working on. So I just started I got stuck in a rabbit hole online. So I came across the long dogs, which I haven't really explored before because it's not really my thing. And I just haven't really looked at it. So I get stuck in this rabbit hole of long dog samplers. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, this would work for what I want to do, and this would work for what I want to do. Mm-hmm. And then I come across this pattern, and I'm like, nothing what I thought I wanted to do, and it's not a monogamous color, and it's totally different. But I saw it, and I called Kristen, bless you, and I said, forget about the hank. This is what I'm buying. Yeah.
So once she bought it, then of course I was like, well, I kind of need it. So, because I need another huge pattern. And so I went and got it. And this is what it is. So this is on my iPad. So excuse the glare, but it is called Quilted Bees by Long Dog Sampler. The Quilted Bees.
Oh, it's so good.
So it looks like a quilt.
It really does.
It's so pretty. And what's fun is that, in watching Flosstube, I haven't seen anyone be stitching this pattern. So I feel like that's kind of cool too, because I don't always like doing stuff that everybody else is doing. But anyway, I bought the fabric, and so far, this is what I have done. So this is the upper upper left hand corner.
This is what she cheated with on Stitch Mania.
Yes.
She wasn't supposed to start that yet.
And this is on a 32 count Silvery Moon Lugana. And I'm loving it. And the colors are going to be really pretty. It's like muted pinks and dusty rose and all of those fun colors. So I think it's going to be really pretty, and it's something different, and kind of a different colorway than what I'm used to stitching on. So that's going to be fun. So that's my first whip. Pardon the crinkle, because I have my whips in a bag. The next whip, I'm going to stand up.
It's so elegantly rolled.
I ironed it too. Is the Seize the Day from Caterpillar Cross Stitch, and I completed the April block, which was this block down here with the barbecue grill and Claude the crab. And
that crab is so cute.
This is on a 32 count mushroom Lugana. Is it 32 or 28? 28. So she's going to be a big boy. But also this fabric is really nice to iron. But anyway, this.
Now, did you iron it upside down?
I did. I put a towel on my ironing board, and then I ironed it upside down.
Okay.
And
that always makes me nervous.
Avoided using a lot of steam.
Yeah.
So this one's coming along really nicely. I'm really excited that I'm caught up.
Yeah,
on that one.
That's really exciting.
The last whip that I've been working on, aside from my mystery project that we can't talk about,
right?
It's Fight Club.
Right.
We don't talk about it. It's Stitch Club. We don't talk about Stitch Club. I can't show that one, but I have been getting a lot of good progress on that one. And I'm excited because July is going to be my month of focusing on that one because I really want to get it done.
Yes.
But anyway.
Oh, that is a big piece of fabric.
This is a giant piece of fabric, but this is my 2017 Linen and Thread Mystery Sampler. This is on 32 count antique white Belfast linen. And let me unroll this bad boy.
Crazy.
It's so good.
I took it out of the Q-snap because it's starting to get really wrinkled. And I know that it's just going to get harder and harder to iron as it goes along.
So what are you going to do now? Stitch it by hand?
No, I'll put it back in the Q-snap.
Oh, you're just not going to leave it in the Q-snap.
No.
Oh my God, Chris. And can I just say that her back is the same as her
exactly the same.
So there's the back.
It's impressive.
Ooh, so good.
Man.
But anyway, this is the May block down here with these big topiary looking things. This one's going to take me a while. This took me a long time just to get even that amount done. But again, I'm using Silks for You silk, and I believe the color of this silk is PR90, and the blue bands that you can see in the middle, the solid blue bands, that is DMC 3845. So I just thought I'd break up the variegated silk with just using just a regular colored DMC. But I really like how it's coming out, but it's going to be gigantic.
It's so big.
And I love it. So those have been my whips, but they're big whips. So I feel like I've made some good progress on stitching those.
I think so.
And I'm very happy with the progress on that. Also, just to give you a quick shout out about my newest, this is so sad, my newest needle minder.
Why is it sad?
Well, so in June, I'm riding my bike. I've pledged to ride 300 miles in June for the Great Cycle Challenge, which benefits children's cancer research. And I am a part of Team Nat, which is a national team. And Nat is a little girl. She's 15 years old. She's been battling cancer for 3 years. And unfortunately, 2 Fridays ago, she passed away. So I am still riding. Now it's just in her memory. So very sad, but this is just a reminder to me of what I'm riding for and raising money and all of that good stuff. So God bless Nat. 15 years old. Like, can you imagine where you were at 15 and like going through that?
No.
So that's a cause very near and dear to my heart. I'm a cancer survivor and, have lost a couple people this year very close to me to cancer. So again, it's just a good cause. And if you're interested in learning more about the Great Cycle Challenge, if you're a cyclist and you want to join, it's free to join. I will link the information below at the bottom if you would like to also ride. And it's all the whole month of June. So really looking forward to that. So those are my whips.
Yay! Yay whips!
Yay whips. All right. And cool. All right.
Sorry,
Nice job on the whips, ladies.
Thank you. And same to you.
So I have one finish. Thank you, by the way. I had one finish. I'm the only one that had a finish this month, but Jody had hers last month, and you had a finish. You had Hello Winter last time.
Was
we
that
filmed.
last month? I don't remember.
You got it done. Whatever.
I finished something at least one time in my life.
Yeah. So I had one whip, and if you recall from the last video, I had said that I wasn't allowed to do Stitch Mania until I finished a whip. And I spun the wheel and I landed on Horror House, which is a witchy stitcher pattern that I had started last year when I went to Texas to visit my family. And I had just a little tiny bit of the house. But I finished it.
It looks really nice.
Thank you.
It's awesome.
It's so tiny.
So I did this pattern on 14 count Ada, and it is about triple the size.
You need to grab yours so we can
Kristen.
do a size comparison. So this one is on 40 count linen, and I just bought it on 123 Stitch. I don't even know what the name of it is. So, but they're both beautiful in their own right.
And you changed some colors, which I really like.
So all of the red, the black, and the dark green in the trees are Victorian motto. So those colors were included in the December Witchy Stitcher subscription box that Jody received.
Thank you, Witchy Stitcher.
That she
Love
gifted to me because Jody isn't too keen on using fancy floss. And I said, this is perfect because
We know that so
clearly.
well.
So the red and the black and the green are Victorian motto. Everything else is DMC, and I used my own color conversion for the house just because I didn't have the colors that it called for. So I'm going to frame this. It's going to go on my bookshelf, my horror bookshelf.
Schnitzel wants in on it.
Schnitzy. And so I'm pretty excited about this finish. I'm just going to frame it.
Woohoo!
Oh,
Yay!
so that's all we have for finishes.
It's a very short segment this time.
That's okay. All right, so now we are on to Stitch Mania plans, which, do you guys have any plans for Stitch Mania?
I do. It's very small in scale compared to the stack right here.
That's okay.
But yeah, like I said, I've been doing a lot of buying and not a lot of stitching. So Yes.
So what's your focus going to be for Stitch Mania?
My focus is, so I have 3 new patterns that I have bought. I haven't kitted, and I don't have all the material for yet. So my plan is to do that and start each one.
In May.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Sounds good.
That's awesome. So you'll have 3 new starts in
And
May.
we'll have 3 new starts.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds lovely.
That's good. Erica?
I don't know. I keep going back and forth about this. I would really like to finish Hello Spring because it is a freaking small pattern. Why haven't I finished it yet? So that. I also would like to make some progress on my secret project. And
We like secret projects.
Just keep plugging away and doing the, different pieces of these different stitch-alongs that I'm languishing over.
I think it's good too. I mean, if you're not committed to finishing a project or starting new projects, you can at least just say, I'm going to put at least 1 stitch in my project every day. So stitch every day. Whether it's 1 stitch or 1,000 stitches, you just make it a point to stitch every single day. And
I think it's nice too
fun.
because, without having a goal like that for a month, you just get caught up in like if I didn't have a goal for these, they'd literally sit here kitted for months on end while I try to finish this freaking cat.
Right.
But now at least that's my goal. I'm going to get all of them started and going. So then that way, after May, I actually have whips that I'm enjoying working on that I can just pick up anything that I want, which is nice.
Yeah.
And part of before we get into the actual Stitch Mania stuff is, talking about what do you do to reward yourself with stitching. So for me, one of the things that I said was that I wanted, obviously I want to stitch every day. And it's not feasible for me to stitch at night. So now that the weather has turned, my husband and I go biking every night. So we don't come home until 8:30, 9 o'clock. We eat dinner and we're exhausted and we go to bed. So I have to get my stitching done during the day, which is fine. But what I've said to myself is, every morning I try to get up, get a cup of coffee, ease into my day. And then around 9:30, I do my workout for the day. And I get that out of the way and then I'm done. So I work out in the morning and then I do my biking at night. But in order for me to start stitching, I have to get my workout in. So
that's good.
It's forcing me to do my workouts every day and stay with a routine because I have to stay healthy and I have to, keep my lungs moving. So I say I'm not going to stitch until I get that workout in. So if I need to spend an hour in the morning reading and drinking my coffee to get eased into the morning, that's what I do. But I don't start stitching until that workout is done. So that's just my reward to myself for stitching is that getting that exercise in. So that's just something that I've started implementing and I've stuck with it and it works really well for me. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, so that's what I do.
Nice.
But I don't care if it's 1 stitch that I get in during the day. For me, it's just that feeling of that's my sanity is stitching. It's what I like to do. It makes me happy. It never stresses me out. So if I need to put 1 stitch in during the day, that's what I do. And it makes me feel better about my life. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And
That's
then I can
great.
stitch for a little bit and then do all of my housework.
Yay.
Housework is not, stitching is not the reward after I do housework. Housework is what I do before my husband comes home.
Really
and I
fast
scramble to do
in
it really fast.
30 minutes before he arrives.
Yes.
I understand.
But stitching, during stitching, my stitchy time is also when I listen to my audiobooks. So I've been able to get a lot of my audiobooks done. And I'm in a reading challenge, so we have certain prompts that come out every
on your
month.
plate.
And I've been doing a lot of audiobooks, and I just do that while I'm stitching so I can
You're busy.
kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
You're
I'm busy, but it's self-imposed. It's not like I have things that I necessarily have to do. These are just things that how I've structured my day to make it better for me. So,
Sounds good.
yeah. All right, Stitch Mania. So I'm going to go through the projects based on the days that I'm going to do it. And how I did it was I bought this little pocket calendar, and I have 8 new starts for May. I'm going to work on each project for 3 days with 1 free day in between each project. And that's just how it worked out because of the days of the month. Which is great because if something comes up and I need to switch that free day or whatever, or if I decide that I'm going to keep stitching on that project for the 4th day, I can do that too. So my free day is literally anything that I want to do, or I can go back and work on an old whip.
You have to stitch though, right? It can't be a free day of nothing.
No, not necessarily. Like, it can be my free day of, like, if we go biking or something and I don't have time to stitch, but I really do want to stitch every single day. Like I said, that's just, for me, that's my sanity, and I just want to do it.
Right.
So if I stitch on a whip, or if I just continue stitching on that project from the 3 days prior, that's what I'm going to do. So,
Right.
all right, so May 1st through May 3rd is going to be Mrs. McGuire's Hen House. You've seen it. You love it. Pineberry Lane. So if you want to hold that up.
I do. Dun, dun.
So this is a gift for my mom for Mother's Day because she has chickens. And the fabric that I'm going to be stitching it on is this, to be honest, it is like a grayish linen. And
It's very subtle.
it is an Edinburgh Pearl Gray on 36 count. So this is going to be 1/2 using the called for DMC.
It matches that pattern perfectly.
It really does. So I'm excited about that one.
Yay.
And just so you know too, before, the reason I was running so late today for stitching is because I had to iron all of my fabric before I showed it, but they're all rolled. I've been rolling my stuff instead of folding it because I think it helps keep out like those big creases. But as you could see, that with that last piece, it was wrinkled. So I don't know how much that's helping.
It'll be okay.
All right, so Sunday, May 5th, starts the next one, which is the Antique Bird Sampler. And I'll get this out so Erica can hold up the pattern. This is a pattern that I wasn't really excited about until I pulled the colors for it and I found like a perfect piece of linen. And the colors in this pattern look a little bit muted. The colors are really not that muted. And I'm going to be stitching that on a piece of 40 count. So that's
Nice.
going to be, yeah. It is a 40 count mallow linen, and I got this one from 123 Stitch. So it's just a piece of 40 count linen. This is the exact linen that I did Horror House and Handbook for the Recently Deceased.
Every time you
on.
say horror house, it sounds like you're saying horror
Whorehouse.
It does, yes.
Which
This is
might
cute.
also be a cool pattern to stitch. There's cats everywhere, like a cat house. So funny. All right, so that is May 5th through May
Here, you
7th.
want me to help you on this side, stack them back up?
Or you can even just put them back in that bag. They don't have to go in any particular order. All right, so then May 9th through the 11th is going to be Liberty 1776.
Excuse me,
Oh my
tired.
gosh.
I'm tired today.
This girl needs to go to bed. Is Little House Needleworks Liberty 1776. This is a pattern that Erin bought for me when she was at, I believe, the Rocking Horse. And I'm going to be stitching that on a lakeside linen.
Also a perfect match to the pattern.
It is. And this one is
Good job, Vanna.
Vintage Buttercream and 32 count.
That's nice.
And
is this one
this-
small? How big is it going to be?
It is small. Actually, if you take it out of the package, it'll say. And I did get all of the fancy floss
Ooh.
for this one.
Oh, here, she converted it. What size are you doing that on?
This one's on 32. So
10 by 14, it's not small.
Oh,
10 by 14. Yeah.
It seems small to me.
So
That looks like a fun one. Like it'll go pretty quickly.
this one is using Gentle Arts and Classic Colorworks.
Nice.
So all of my stuff too is in their little floss bags and they are ready to go.
You're just
I saw a technique today for when you have fancy floss that's on in
A
the
card.
hole, on a
Mhm.
card,
Yes.
of how to pull out one single strand of thread.
What is
And I'm
it?
going to show y'all. I'm not going to show it
Now
on
you
video.
have me
Okay?
intrigued.
If you want to see it, you got to comment and you got to tell me that you want to see it because I got to practice it first before I show it on video. But I'm going to show the girls after we're done.
Ooh.
Okay, from May 13th through the 15th, the next one is Carry My Heart. And this is a pattern that I found in Just Cross Stitch magazine.
Oh,
And I'm using it on, if you want to hold that up,
I do. Oh,
That
yeah.
is
On
your
my
tea dye.
tea dyed. This was
Can you
tea
see
dyed
this?
with a hibiscus tea.
Ooh, it's so nice.
And this is the pattern.
Oh, right.
It's a little bicycle, and it has an
Which
E.E.
issue is
Cummings
this
poem quote. And I am not going to do the lettering, but I'm just going to do the bicycle. I kind of have to, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think that's my favorite E.E. Cummings poem, actually. It's cool.
I mean,
This
Right on.
smells good.
maybe I will do the quote. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
See how your heart feels when you get there.
It's Mania. Do whatever you want.
Get crazy.
All right, May
Is there something
17th. May 17th through the 19th is like my new favorite pattern. When I saw this at the Craft U, I said, oh yeah, I gotta get that one.
Sign me up.
So this one is a Gobble Couple by RATM, and it does use Crescent Color Works, and I did buy all of those, so it's going to be extremely variegated. And
this is the best, most even-looking linen I've ever seen.
what the count? Is there a count?
Jobelin.
Okay, so it's a 32 count Jobelin, which I love Jobelin, and this one is in ivory, so 32
Lovely.
count.
The holes just look so nice.
They're very even.
Cute.
Mm-hmm. They're super cute. So the
Gorgeous,
Gobble
Martha.
Couple.
Right
Okay.
on. Right on.
The next one that I'm going to be doing from, not that you guys care about the date, but I'm just saying it anyway for posterity's sake, is Harvest Time. So this is one that Erin bought and is letting me borrow.
Oh, the pattern's not in here, huh?
No, it is not. But it is, hang on one second here. Of course, I put it on my, whatchamacallit, my iPad so that I can mark stuff off as I go. But this is what it looks like. And I haven't decided if I'm going to do the Harvest Time lettering at the bottom or if I'm just going to do the pumpkins. But with this one, I bought a piece, again, 40 count, because I'm crazy. This is a 40 count Heritage Newcastle linen.
It's green. I love it.
And it's green. You can't really
I like
tell in here.
This situation.
But it's very like mottled.
Yeah.
And the floss that I'm using, I bought Dinky Dyes.
Oh,
Silks. This one is in Jack-o'-lantern. And this one is called Coranda.
Well, jack-o'-lantern seems perfect.
So that's what it's going to look like on the fabric.
Ooh, and they're variegated.
And they're variegated. And I'm using my little zipper bags for some of these. Look at your crazy outfit.
Why don't you want to be in our video?
I was told this.
He's wearing like a whole horror suit.
It's a situation.
All right. On May 25th,
Be quiet, I guess.
I said, don't speak.
Just
Don't
go.
make noise.
May 5th through the 27th, so Memorial Day.
Woohoo!
I'm probably not going to get a lot stitched on this one over Memorial Day
Seems
weekend
perfect for Memorial Day.
because we are doing
Super festive.
because we're doing a bike race on the 26th, which is that Sunday. So I probably won't be stitching at all that day. But again, 3 days plus I have my free day. But I am doing Pennywise We All Float.
So I started this one, and
It's creepy,
it's
y'all.
become a forever whip because that collar is a little daunting, but you can
Is
do
this
it.
all like the
So I'm
background
doing
It's
is all
black fabric.
Okay.
So the pattern has two options. You can do it on a different color, and then you have to stitch all that black, or you can do it on black, and the pattern shows you where the blank spaces are.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is on a 32 count black linen is what I'm doing it
Wow.
on.
Can you guys hear the cats? They're freaking out right now. It's the best
It's
thing.
feeding time.
They're basically climbing up Michael's legs and
So is
trying really hard.
Schnitzel.
Schnitzel is shaking because he's so hungry.
They don't feed their animals, I guess.
No. And lastly, from May 29th through the 31st, so to round out the month, is another favorite. I've had this pattern for a really long time, and I was excited to finally kit it up. And I saw that Priscilla from Priscilla and Chelsea is doing this one right now for Stars and Stripes Saturday. And it is Sampler House 3 from Plum Street Sampler. And I'm doing it on this beautiful mottled, you can't really tell
You can on this
the
side.
modeling.
Oh, I can see it a little.
And this is
I got you.
a 28 count cash-out in smoky white is the color.
Nice.
And I did pick all of the fancy floss. It calls for, if you flip it to the back, Weeks, Gentle Arts, and Classic Colorworks.
It's going to be great.
So how I chose my patterns and the order in which I
Yes.
did them was I used my new start wheel on Tiny Decisions, and I plugged in my 8 patterns that I was doing for Mania, and I just said don't repeat. So once you picked it, it would black it out and not pick it again.
Nice.
And then I just spun it 8 times.
Your quilted bees is not part of it, so you're not allowed to work on that unless it's a free day.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And same with one that we just bought.
Yeah, which we got to talk about. So those are my, thank you ladies for your assistance.
Of course.
Those are my Stitch Mania plans.
Oh, I kind of have one more Stitch Mania plan.
You do?
Yeah, I should have brought, because I don't think I had done this before our last one, that I dyed fabric with cabbage.
Oh, yeah.
And I really liked how it turned out, so I want to do some more cabbage dyeing, and the head of cabbage in my fridge also wants me to do more cabbage dyeing.
Because it's probably like, do something with me.
Stinks.
Right? I don't
Either
want that in
eat
there
me
forever.
And
So-
avocado, I just realized,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, we were talking about this with Amanda at our Stitch Day, but if you do the avocado peel and the rind, or the pit, and then the skin, it turns your fabric like a really pretty purple color, like pinkish
cool.
color. But I guess if you put vinegar or something into your water, it can change the color that it becomes.
Right. I think that's true for the cabbage too, because when I was reading about it, if you add apple cider vinegar, it makes it purple, but if you add baking soda, it makes it blue.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Try both.
Yeah. We're having a marital spat over here.
No, it's a cooking chicken.
Oh,
Do you have to cook chicken right this second?
Look, he looks really
Oh,
sad.
Holy shit.
I'm gonna take it in a different room and cook it.
This means that we're never doing filming at Jody's house again.
Not if Michael needs to cook his dinner.
No. All right, so
Looks
Jody
sad.
is going to show patterns, but we're going to pause so we can plug that in, and then we'll be right back, and we're going to show you some new patterns or new haul. We're just going to ignore Michael. He's going to be starting the air fryer. Evidently, he's like a cat, and he has to eat right this second. So, Jody, what'd you buy?
Tell us everything.
Okay, so you guys already know about my current pattern from Russia, so that's one of my Stitch Mania things, but
We already showed that one.
quilted bees we did. All right, so my third pattern that I'm going to be doing, everything's ordered and it's on its way, is Electra.
So that's a Nora Corbett,
Cool.
and we purchased the milk chocolate linen that it calls for, and the beads are on their way.
Which we didn't even know it had beads in it. And then I realized that all of her patterns have beads in it, and
Pretty much.
it's hard to
yeah.
see on here, but it's very beaded, so
Mhm.
I'm
Oh.
pumped about it.
So the beads are on their way, the fabric's on its way, our patterns are on its way. I can't start it anyway until June,
Right.
if not
Just be
further
sitting
in the
there
future
staring
than
at
that.
you, taunting you.
That's okay. That's all right. I have so much to work on, and I'm so excited for all of my Stitch Mania starts, so that's not a problem. All right. So lastly, we wanted to, this is going to be a short video, but we wanted to announce our giveaway winner from our last giveaway that we did on our last video. We wanted to give away a bunch of patterns that Erin and I had received in grab bags at the Crafty U. Now, some of these patterns may not be this person's taste, and that's fine. Please gift them to someone else or donate them or whatever you want to do with them. Or stitch them. Who cares? So we
Stitch
have a
all of
whole
them.
stack of patterns that we are going to be sending to Carla P. You are the winner. And I've already messaged you on our last video on your comment. So please go and check that. You need to email us at steelcitystitchers@gmail.com, which is going to be linked below. You need to email us within the next week. So this is going to air on May 1st, so you have until May 7th to get us your address before I do the random YouTube comment generator again and I pick another winner. So please email us so that we can get these patterns out of our house and to you. So
Yay.
Congratulations, Carla. Thank
Good
you
job,
all again
Carla.
for subscribing to our channel and continuing to come back and watch us. I'm hoping to do something a little bit different with filming in the meantime before we do our next big video, but I would like to do a weekly vlog of my Stitch Mania stuff. So that way I can more quickly update people with what I've been working on throughout the month of May. And I'll probably do like
Like a
7
progress
days
report.
and then do like a small thing. And then
That's
I'll
awesome.
combine them all and do that. So,
Sounds good to
I
me.
love that.
and of course, if the girls have anything that they want to show, then they'll film independently, send it to me. We'll just put the videos together and then get them out there to you guys so that you have the content. But if you have any questions about any of our stuff that you've seen tonight, please feel free to comment, and I will get you that information. I monitor the comments on YouTube, so I will be sure to do that. And we hope that you have a wonderful Stitch Mania, whatever it is that you do. And
What time are you going to wake up tomorrow? You didn't say.
Well, it depends on, I still have to get my workout in, so it just depends on how early I want to do that.
Do it tonight.
I know, do it like at
11:30.
do it at 11:30, and then I'll be done by midnight, and then I can start my
Done.
Stitch Mania stuff. Maybe.
Perfect.
If not, I will ease into my day tomorrow and get it done. But I'm really excited to start. So, again, enjoy your May. We'll be back with you guys shortly.
Hopefully Erin will be back.
Hopefully Erin will be back. And like I said, if you want to get on our email list for any upcoming retreat, like Stitch Days, please be sure to email us so that we can get you on that email and so that you can stay in tune with what we're doing and meet up with us if you're in the Pittsburgh area.
Yay.
So spread that stitchy kindness, as Michelle Bendy always says, and be kind to one another and enjoy your stitching, guys. Happy stitching. See you later.
Happy stitching. Bye.
Bye.